Are we there? Okay. Why don't I use my dining room? I don't use my dining room because I love it too much. Let me explain. I converted my dining room into a third living room or a bonus lounge because I wanted a space that stays calm with a vibe that has seating that is cozy with light traffic. Now, not everybody can do this. I understand that maybe because of space constraints, but if you can, try to get at least one space in your primary living area that feels like a retreat. I have found that when I changed my dining room into a bonus lounge, I got exactly that. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to explain how I did it and maybe show you some pictures before and after to inspire you to give yourself a treat, okay? Indulge in a little deep breath in your living space and create a space that you don't need to use too much, but that creates a visual and emotional rest for you and your family. This is Amber Anderson, and you're watching Interior Design Thinking at Home with Amber. All right, let me get close. Let me turn the light on, guys. No, it's not working. I know why. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, let me get close, turn the light on, and come on in. I think I missed our best sunlight, but that's okay. So, hey everybody, welcome to At Home with Amber. My name is Amber Anderson, and my company is called Interior Design Thinking. I gave a little tour of I don't know what to call this, guys, because it's really a dining room, but I use it as sort of a bonus living room. I like to call this one room. So if you see the flow of the house, there's the formal living room and then there's this step up area, which technically is a dining room. I mean, it has a hanging pendant light in there, chandelier light, which is giving dining room. I've never replaced that. And the reason why is because I haven't really decided to like commit to this being, something much different. But I will say that it is very clear to me that this was always supposed to be one space. And so when I came into the home, I said, how can I make this one space? I don't really need a dining room. And a lot of people are finding themselves in the same boat. Dining rooms are sort of out of fashion in that way, unless you have a mansion and you really just have the extra space and you're really an entertainer and you use your space. I mean, I think I would love a dining room if I had a few more extra living spaces downstairs. But we have the living room, we have the family room, and then I have an office, which is not open flow. So that's closed off. My office is closed off. And this room was just right in the center of the mix, right adjacent to the kitchen. And I just always felt like it was supposed to be more living space. So if you like living space, you might like the idea of converting your dining room to like a third living room or an extension of whatever space it's next to. So that's exactly what we did here. I love this space. And honestly, can I tell you why I really love it as a mom who stays home and does most of my living in the house? I love this space because it stays clean. No one really touches it. I mean, we do use the space, but more the space is sort of like a breather from the rest of the house. Now, the whole side of this house usually is really nice and kept up and doesn't get dirty. And the reason why is because we have like pretty specific things we do in the living room. We turn the fireplace on, even in the summertime, sometimes without the heat because it's, electric. We turn the fireplace on, we sit on the couch, we curl up with a book. We have family time, we have prayer time. And sometimes I just sit here, I listen to my audiobook. There's nothing, that would take a mess. There's nothing messy going on here. And so I love that the living room is sort of extended. The other thing that yields itself, and I should point the camera upward, but the other thing that yields itself to the extension and kind of having 2 living rooms instead of 1 is the fact that we have these 2-story ceilings down here on the whole entire side of this home. So if the ceiling was lower, maybe it would give itself to being maybe more of a dining room or something like that. But I'm like, why would we waste this beautiful openness with, like, so I just wanted to sort of extend that feeling. Now I've lost light today, but when it's really bright outside, you'll see that this is one of the brightest rooms. That's probably also why I love it. And it's one of the spaces that when we're having a party, this is kind of where we like to be. Of course, everyone goes toward the kitchen and, but I find myself like trying to herd people this direction. And I think I love the loftiness of it. And so I found that when we have this as a dining room, and we did have it as a dining room for about a month, and I quickly changed that. When we have it as a dining room, it requires so much more cleaning, honestly. Like, it was beautiful, it was very formal, but it did actually make the house more formal. And I don't really think we needed greater formality. I think we needed a little bit more functionality. And so it was more formal, but it also is like, okay, we're cooking in here, we're having breakfast in here, in the kitchen is where I'm pointing to. We're cooking, we're having breakfast, but then we're having dinner in the dining room, and then we're having to clean up again. And I didn't really like that. And so I also feel like it's a bit odd for people to come through my front door and see dining room. But I know a lot of houses are structured like that, and they're very beautiful in their layout. But I just wanted something a little bit more coastal style, where, it's an emphasis more on the living space, And so, yeah. So this has been a little bit of the rationale with why I don't use my dining room, and my dining room is actually a 3rd living room. So how about you? Do you use your dining room? Maybe you live in a house where you don't have a dining room, but you have a little breakfast nook. Do you use it as a breakfast nook, or do you use it as an office? I think, changing the function of your space is something that you do when you know that you are in this. This is your house. This is your family. You can break the rules. You can color outside of the box. And I think the more you do that, you're going to find so much more enjoyment living in your space. So I challenge you to think about your design based on what you really, really need and what your family really loves. So this has been Amber Anderson. This is Interior Design Thinking, and we will see you next time. See ya. Bye. If you like it, like it. Bye. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.